All right, this is how we're going to start to build our armature. Take one piece of your sketchbook paper. We're just going to create a little guide for our figure. So if you fold it in half that way, and then fold it in half again, this will just give us a little bit of guidance for where our body parts go. And then we want to fold it in thirds. It doesn't have to be perfect, but in about thirds. Now, just like Giacometti, you can mess with proportions, but I'm just going to kind of show you the basics. So in the middle third here towards the top, we are going to create a head. Shouldn't fill up the whole space. Keep it kind of towards the top. And then the neck may come down to this first fold line. This first fold line could be a guide for where your shoulders would go. So I have a head, a neck. This is my shoulders. All right. The middle of the page, the middle fold, is going to be approximately maybe where your hips, the hips of the figure would go. And then we're going to see legs and arms from there. So if you kind of start with this proportion, I can add some arms. You can make them as long as you want. I can add a spine, right? You can think rib cage in here, but you don't have to worry about that. And then we're going to do this cool little curvy M line. This is your hips, and we're going to use that when we do our wire. And then your legs will come down from there, and your knees, you know, somewhere in the middle. So what's important is that you have the head, the neck, you have the shoulder width, the length of the arms, the hip, and the legs, and then we're going to be able to build our figure from here. All right, you're going to take your metal wire, the big metal one, and it's hard for me to show you in this whole picture because it's long, but I've simply just folded it in half, right? So take the whole big long line and fold it in half. This is going to start to be our head. So what you want to do is create like a small loop, not too big, so we don't run out of wire. And you're just going to twist it as tight as you can, just like once or twice, because we're already at the length of our neck. And then this will kind of fold out. So I'm going to have this fold out from here. And so now I've got a head and I've got a neck. I want to take where the shoulders will be, and I want to start to bend that down. So I'm going to create a fold where my shoulders will be. And then you think about the length of your arms, and that's where you're going to fold it up. And for now, we can just, don't worry about twisting or anything, just kind of fold it up and follow it back around your shoulder line. You're going to do that on both sides. So you can use your paper as a guide, or you can just use the other side. So I'm going to fold this one up and then back around to match the shoulder. All right, these pieces are going to become our body. So you're going to just bring those ends down. They're pretty long. They're poking me a little bit. You can't see. So I'm going to bring these back down the center of the body like this. And I would give these a good twist. So this will help create some strength in the body. So you can see I'm kind of building the figure as best I can. Now I'm already where I want my hips to be. And we're going to do a cool little hip move that will help you with your postures. So you're just going to bring it up, bring it back down to create that little hip. And I'll do that on this side, bring it up and bring it back down. Again, you guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is all going to get covered up. But what's important is that you're getting the proportions you want. So if you want really long arms, you want to make them longer. If you want a really long, lanky torso, then you should make a really long, lanky torso. I'm going to make more long legs is what I think. Okay, so I've got my hips, and then all I have to do is decide where I want my legs to be. And what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at how much extra I have. And I think I'm going to go really crazy and make them pretty long. So I'm going to go divert from my drawing and do even longer because I have the wire to do so. Some of you might be running out of wire, and if you are, that's okay. And then I'm going to bring that back up. And then I'm going to make this one the same. Bring this back up. Just like that. Perfect. And I probably could have made them even longer. This wire has a memory, so if you make a mistake and you try to unfold it, you're still going to see where you bent it. But you can do that. So I'm going to make mine even longer. And I'm going to unbend it and then redo it. Now, the best you can do, this armature will be fine the way it is. And you know what? It's a good thing I made these a little longer because I need some feet, right? I'm going to need some feet. You can leave this the way it is. If you have extra, you could choose to kind of wrap it around the body or just snip it off. So regular scissors, I can even use the ones that came in the kit. Scissors will work. You just have to do it a couple of times. And then you can always like bend it a little. This wire is kind of heavy duty, but not so much that you need a wire cutter. If you have a wire cutter, it helps. Hey, this worked. It worked the other day. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to trim these so that they end at the top of my hip. And maybe these little pieces of wire will be useful for another prop or something, so don't just throw your scraps away. I'm going to keep them. Let me get the picture out so you can see. Okay, so this can be done like this, but it will be stronger and easier if you twist your limbs. And the tighter you twist it, the stronger kind of it will be. And don't forget though that you're going to need like a foot. So when I'm twisting it, I'm also going to think about creating a foot just by bending it like that. Okay, so you can do that to the arms and you can do that to the legs. And if you're having trouble doing it and you have like a wire, I don't have one, but if you have like a wire, what do you call it? A wire cutter, you can clamp here and then you can twist. And you can also stick something in there to help you twist. So like sticking something in there sometimes will help it create some leverage. But I think I can do it with my hands. You can do it with your hands. You guys are tough. And if you're not, you're going to get tough then. So twist those up. Create some little feet. Ooh, this one's being a little bit of a nuisance. It'll work. But you can see how strong this is, right? Strong in terms of going to hold up well when we go to create our figure. All right, I will continue to twist a little, and then I will show you the next step in the next video.